Soon after you begin Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, you'll find yourself completing a quest in a large blood bank. If you happen to explore while going about your business, you might come across a dying woman that you can save with your vampire blood, as well as a terminal revealing that one of the doctors is having an affair. Juicy stuff. And this is only the first floor of the many buildings that you might see in this game. And with all these meticulous details, captivating mysteries, and immersive storytelling, it's obvious that Bloodlines is something quite special when it comes to its world design. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines was developed in 2004 by a small team with an even smaller budget. Creating a game with a seemingly limited scope allowed them to dedicate their time and resources to focusing on crafting each location with an abundance of detail, while also designing characters that are both captivating and faithful to the tabletop RPG that Bloodlines is based on. These characters possess individual emotions, motivations, and relationships with other characters, with the player influencing their own personal connections through their actions. This influence extends not only to characters themselves, but also the world surrounding them. As players navigate through various subsections of Los Angeles, they'll encounter numerous instances of environmental storytelling through set pieces, notes, terminals, and an overarching sense of mystery. This approach not only immerses players, but also compels them to delve deeper into exploration. Bloodlines manages to capture a fully fleshed out world only using 4 small areas throughout the entire game. Navigating these areas feels immersive and in-depth, with much waiting to be discovered. All these buildings are complete with its own individual stories to tell, and not merely game fillers as often encountered in other RPGs. In Skyrim, despite its vastness of its world, there are unimaginative houses and dungeons that serve no purpose beyond housing insignificant NPCs or providing a setting for mundane radiant quests. These areas are influenced by the player as little as they affect the player, and personally I would prefer spending my time in a contained area filled with discoveries at every corner. And again, while the world of this game may be compact, it is filled with details and extensive exploration opportunities. However, how effectively does Bloodlines handle its quests? Let's take the first main quest after exploring the blood bank as an example. It's a simple fetch quest on the surface, similar to quests in other RPGs. However, there are multiple ways to complete it. You can obviously use the brute force method or use your charisma skills based on your style of play. But if you take the time to explore, you'll find a breaker box with a switch that lets you easily get the item that you need. It might not be super innovative, this kind of stuff has been seen in immersive RPGs like Deus Ex and System Shock, but it's sadly not something that's used a lot nowadays, which is unfortunate because it's one of those things that Bloodlines does that encourages players to explore the world that the developers have created. I believe the main point to understand is how a mystery can significantly affect a game's world design and motivate players to explore it. It can be as simple as having an intriguing setting that encourages exploration or throwing something interesting towards the player, making them curious to explore further. Although many of these little mysteries are tied to quests, I personally found exploring just as, if not more, enjoyable without anyone telling me to do anything. And I just wish modern developers would stray away from trying to make the largest open world possible, and instead focus on making something more compact with much more depth. Thanks for watching. This is my first video and I wanted to keep it short so I can kind of test the waters with how the reaction to something like this would be. If you have any criticisms, I would love to hear it because I'm not the best narrator and I know that, and I'm working on that obviously. But regardless, I still hope you enjoyed, and there'll be more to come soon. Thank you.